What's up, Aquarius? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. So, I left the best for last. Okay, don't tell any of the other signs I said that. But let's see what's going on, guys. All right. So, I am going to backtrack a little bit because I'm getting these out late, and I've been late all summer, so I apologize for my tardiness. But I really just wanted to enjoy life. I didn't want to get burnt out, so I took a few weeks off and just playing catch up now. Okay, so let's see what's been going on with you guys. We're going to do a past, present, future look. We'll backtrack to about August 15th and go into the future till about September 15th. Okay, so let's see what is going on for my lovely Aquarians, my rising sign. It was so funny because just growing up and, you know, just always knowing my sun sign, which was a Taurus, there's so many times where people would say, you are so not a typical Taurus, because I do crazy shit sometimes. Or I'm just like very headstrong with certain things, which is a Taurus quality, but you guys can really stand your ground when it comes to things. So when I found out that Aquarius was my rising sign, and then I read about it, I'm just like, oh my god, that explains why I was always like, you know, the different one. But I love it, guys. It's a very, very powerful sign. And, you know, for anyone who's not too familiar about your sun, moon, and rising sign, you can type in what's my sun, moon, and rising sign on Google. And I think it'll be like one of the first 3 links that show up. Website, AstroSofa, I believe, where you can calculate it. But what it basically means is your sun sign, you know, that's the day you're born, what most people go by. Now, with your moon sign, that's going to be kind of how you process emotions. Okay, how you emotionally see the world. With your rising sign, that's how the world views you. Okay, so I'm a Taurus, but a lot of people can view me as an Aquarian at times, and I totally see it. Okay, I actually have a lot in common with my Aquarian friends, so it's awesome. All right, guys, enough talking. Let's get into the reading. Okay, so the energy we have here is a King of Swords. Good. You're powerful. Despite what's going on, you guys are really standing within your power right now. And there's just something that was in your life where, you know, maybe this was you towards someone or something, or maybe that person towards you. But with the King of Pentacles in the reverse, this is someone that is not genuinely invested in something anymore. This is the job that you hate, but you show up to it because it's a paycheck. This is a friend that you don't want to be friends with anymore, but they got the discount, you know, at Foot Locker, so you need that, you know. So it's there's something behind why you stick to a situation. All right, so you guys could definitely be involved with something that you're not necessarily gung-ho about anymore. Okay, but there is balance that comes in, and there is victory that you feel. All right, so now going into the past, the first card that we have is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So a fallout that's happening, you know, something that you guys are letting go of. Maybe you're losing feelings for a person. And with the Four of Swords in the reverse, you put a lot of thought into this, but you're coming out of a place of hiatus and saying, look, I got to move on. I can't be part of this anymore. I need to drop this in order to find balance within myself. So there's definitely something here that you guys are leaving in the past. And it could be because there's a lot of illusions in all of this. Okay. Not being able to see things clearly. Someone putting a smoke screen in front of you. Alright. And you have the King of Cups. So it could be with the Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio that you were dealing with for some of you. For others, the King of Cups is just going to be someone very loving, charismatic. Someone who people just naturally like. Okay. But there was some sort of burden around this energy. Okay. And still a strong sense of you guys looking at the past, thinking about it, maybe missing someone, or knowing that something has to be in the past. So you guys are definitely walking away from something that you feel no longer serves you. Why is this 8 of Cups here? We have the 5 of Swords. You walk away from someone or from something because there's just too much conflict. Okay. And we have the Fool card in the reverse. So at this point, you're telling yourself, look, this isn't worth the risk. This isn't worth what effort I'd have to put into it. I need to get out. You either stop talking to someone, or there's just something that you were putting, you know, action or effort into. Okay? That you just don't feel is worth it anymore. In your present moment, the 5 of Pentacles. Feeling left out in the cold, rejected. feeling a loss, or making someone else feel that way. Maybe this is financial burden that some of you are feeling, or you could be going through a rough patch right now. All right, but you're strong and you're still standing your ground through all the adversity that's coming in. You know, the Nine of Wands, this is someone who's battered up a bit, someone that's been through a lot. Okay, they're a bit roughed up, but they're still standing, they're still there. And you have the Hermit card. So I feel like this is just a journey that you guys have to go through on your own, okay? Something really big changed here. There was a death to something. But it was something that was unconventional that you had to move away from. Too much manipulation, okay? Now, the next card that we have in the center of this entire reading, which, you know, everything is going to connect to, we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is an energy here of someone who feels stagnant. Someone that, it's not that they don't want to move forward, but they're not going to move forward with anything until it actually, you know, makes sense. Why is this Knight of Pentacles here in the reverse? Six of Wands. So maybe you're not ready to move forward into something new just yet. But the victory could just be in leaving. Honestly. And so many people don't credit themselves with things like that. If there's something that wasn't working for you and you leave, even if you have nothing, you left. You got out. And I told you guys my story in the past, where there was a time I lost everything. My clothes, my car, everything. And everyone's like, oh my God, you should be so mad. I'm like, nope, I'm alive and I am out. I win, okay? So there's a sense of a big loss that you guys are feeling. For a lot of you, it could be financial because we have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse with the Five of Pentacles that I just pulled earlier. But in regards to your emotions, you're getting over something. And I feel like it may be something that you were kind of dealing with for a while, that maybe you became numb to it, or you just slowly learned how to deal with the emotions of it. But there's something here that was blocking your blessings, and that's why you guys have victory and just getting out. All right, so Ace of Wands in the reverse, letting it go. You have the Two of Cups. So it could be someone that's very close to you. It could be, you know, a lover, co-worker you're dropping. But maybe it's being let go of due to a third-party situation, okay? Or just a group of people you have to fall out from. But someone here feels very betrayed. Some sort of harsh or abrupt ending. Okay. All right. Now moving forward, the first card that we have here is the Three of Swords in the reverse. So you're trying to go about your day. You have a smile on your face. Your head is up in the sky. But there's pains that you're not telling people about. There's hurts that you feel. Especially with something that you had to give up on, that there's just too much adversity. Alright, and with the Eight of Swords, you're really stuck on this thing. But it was very toxic. Whatever this is, guys, that's the worst that it's going to get. Mental. The mind sometimes can be the hardest thing to control. But anytime you catch yourself having a negative thought, just wake yourself up and think of something positive. Even if you're feeling crappy that day, we have to work like 3 times as hard to think a positive thought than a negative one. So just make sure you're very conscious of your emotions and your mind, and you know what you're putting out there and what you're telling yourself, okay? Make sure you have good affirmations for yourself, okay? Because there's something here that either you're not going to accept, or an offer here that's not coming in. And we have the Nine of Swords. So I feel like you guys are really concerned about some sort of offer that doesn't come in, or something that you cannot accept, and it makes you very unhappy, okay? And maybe it was with the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or maybe this is something financial, but there's something here that has the capability of making you feel very stable. A new start for you where you can just take on the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. And I actually think that's a very beautiful energy to be around. If you guys, you know, are good friends with any earth signs right now, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, that might be a person that you want to speak to right now, because this is just a very, very grounded and stable and, you know, I'm here for you sort of energy. And it's very, very motherly and just very tender. So that would definitely be good. But Despite all that you guys are going through, there's pain in all of this. But look at these cards. All right, we pulled this one earlier, and now we have the Wheel of Fortune. Success, victory, a feeling of winning the lottery. Your ego may be crying, but I think your soul is so relieved with whatever it is that you guys have to let go of. And what I mean by ego, I don't mean anything like egotistical or anything like that, but we think with our human emotions, okay? And that's natural. But our souls, you know, when we're not in something good, it'll want something completely different. Our soul knows if something is good for us or bad for us. In this case, there was just something that wasn't good for us, okay? You guys had something that was blocking blessings for you, and now you're in a place where you don't have to fight. You don't have to overexert yourself. You don't have to explain yourself anymore. You guys are getting out of something that, again, it could be tough, but I feel rather that it's necessary. Okay? So let's see what guidance is going to come in for you guys, because there's just too much of an unstable energy and injustice here that you guys say, you know what? Fuck out of here. I'm not doing this. No way. And even if you have to look at someone strongly in the face and say, I don't want this, and you walk out that door and you close it behind you, and then you just break down in tears, you still did it. You still got out. So you're just going to have to show how strong you guys can be, and then make the, necessary moves that you have to. And I feel like Aquarians, you guys are the masters of that, of going through a very difficult situation, showing up to work and smiling. I don't know how y'all do it. You guys are very strong when it comes to things like that. But let's see what Oracle card is going to pop out for you. Now, for anyone interested, this is the Oracle of Visions by Ciro Marchetti. Okay. Definitely my favorite Oracle deck that I've ever worked with, although it's still new and I'm still getting acquainted with it. Okay. Oh, wow. All right, so I'm going to look at two cards here. The card that we pulled here, okay, this is going to be your advice, your guidance. And this here is your energy, okay? So let's start with the energy, since that encompasses everything as a whole. And this is number 8 for anyone into numerology. Goals, dedication, process. When we're motivated by goals, they have deep meaning. By dreams that need completion, by pure love that needs expressing, then we truly live life. In a larger metaphysical sense, our journey through life is said to be full of transformation from an imperfect, corruptible state towards a perfect, healthy, and everlasting state. What does not kill us makes us stronger. Thus, painful or difficult changes that we endure can, in theory, burnish us in a spiritual sense to a high golden shine. We can also seek out knowledge, opportunity, and challenge. It is not necessary to merely allow life to happen to us. In this scene, an alchemist serves as an analogy for striving to achieve an end goal through study, experimentation, dedication, and perseverance. His facial markings trace the beginning and end points of his quest, from base lead through its various stages of purification of the soul to gold. The symbol for gold appears in the center of his forehead, where the third eye chakra is perceived to be. This card is a reminder to stay focused on the goal and to continually apply the required self-discipline. It will all be worth it at the end. So this within itself is very powerful, because with a lot of you, I totally get it if you're in a place that you don't want to show up to work. You don't want to go out. You don't want to go to that family function. You don't want to be seen. You just want to mourn whatever this is that you have to leave behind. I feel like choked up doing this, and so I'm going to check on my Aquarian friends after this, but the only person that suffers when we shut down and there's things that we stop doing, or we take a week or two off from the gym, or we don't want to show up to work, so we use a sick day, whatever it is, at the end of the day, it only screws us over, okay? Whoever caused this pain, or whatever situation caused this, they don't lose anything. Okay, they don't lose anything by you not showing up. It's something that you have to live with yourself. Like, not only am I, not with this situation anymore, and that's painful for me, but I didn't get this, and this done because of, this whole situation just put me in a shitty mood. So right now, more than ever, you guys are really going to have to fight that. You're going to want to resist the urge to just do nothing. Okay? Not saying that you're not entitled to that. Get everything done that you have to do. And then lay on the couch, grab your Haagen-Dazs, cry that shit out if you have to. Do whatever you have to do to get to a better place. But with what you guys are going through, although it could be painful, my heart is actually smiling for you, because this is going to lead to a lot of you really just being awakened and seeing things in a whole different light. Okay? You can't awaken without pain. I say that all the time, over and over and over again. We need pain to really just know what we need to do in life. And it's really pain that guides us to our purpose. So look at this as a gift, a discernment of knowing what did not work for you and knowing what you do have to work towards. What are some, goals or hobbies or passions that you kind of put on the back burner to commit yourself to whatever it is that you fell out of? Go back to that. Go back to the basics. Go back to what made you happy. You don't have to last here forever. Okay? So let's see what this is about here. So for those into numerology, number 39. Okay. Offering comfort, healing, caring. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. For a broken wing or a broken spirit, the healing process begins with the bond of caring and comfort. Let a kind word or gentle touch offer assurance that you are there and the other is not alone. A pure white dove is held in a nurturing manner by a caring woman dressed in deep, vibrant red. The red of her clothing and headdress bring to mind the colors of the first chakra, the chakra associated with self-preservation. This is a card about caring. Whether you have a need to nurture your own soul with some quiet time or recreation, or there is someone who needs your help, this card shows that by doing everything you can to be well-grounded, you can be a nurturing spirit. Hold the object of your ministrations lightly in your hand, lest, like a frightened bird, they fly beyond your power to heal. Okay? I'm going to take this in the opposite way for you guys. I think that this is a time where you really have to find a very supporting circle and just let yourself cry it out, do what you need to do just to get over whatever this is. And that's something that I notice about Aquarians all the time. You guys, for the most part, for the ones that I personally know, you guys are always the strong ones. Where even if there's something heavy that you're going through, you still try to smile through it and get through it. And the problem with being so strong, or being the one that's always helpful, people forget to ask you how you're doing. People forget to say, I just spoke to you for an hour about my problem, but are you okay? Are you fine? And I really think that this is a time where self-preservation, putting yourself first, and also just finding a solid group of people, or that one person that you can really just talk to get whatever this is off your chest. This is time for you guys to really take care of yourselves. And, you guys are the humanitarians of the world. But I think it's time that the world gives back a little bit. I think it's time that you guys take other people's problems and you brush them off and you deal with yours. And those people that you have been there for, those people that you've been that ride or die friend to, let them help. Let them help you get through this. Open up. Okay, you guys have something very big that's coming in. But this transition for a lot of you is going to feel painful. I can't deny that. And, I've never been the reader to sugarcoat things. So we can't sugarcoat pain. We can't, not at all. But it does bring awakening. And whatever that you guys went through, it's not something that you have to go through again. So take whatever lessons you learn from this. By this time, whatever situation you're in, whatever person you're around that you had to let go of, you'll know them so well that if anything similar ever comes back into your life, It'll remind you. It will really bring you into a place where it's just like, you know what, I feel like I've danced to this song before. I feel like I've done this before. Let me not do it again. On my community page, and I'll put the link in the description, if I remember. Let me just write that down. Yeah, I'm going to put the link in the description to my video, or I'll post it as the top comment. But for any of you that are going through any sort of heartbreak or anything like that, you know, similar, there is a poem. It's one of my favorite poems. It's by this woman named Jasmine, and it's called Dear Ex-Lover. So I'm going to post that because it's just very powerful, and I'm not heartbroken at all, but every time I hear it, like, I cry, and it just brings me a lot of healing. It's very powerful. So if that's what you guys are going through, I really want you to give that a listen, okay? It is in my community page as well, just in case I am who I am and I forget to post it, but I remember I made a note for myself. So I really hope that it brings you guys some healing. And, you know, comment on where I'm going to put the link. Just, I want to hear your reaction. It's a very beautiful poem. But you guys are going to be okay. All right? You guys are strong. You guys will get through this. I love y'all. Okay, I'm going to call one of my Aquarian friends after this just to make sure she's doing well. But for those that do want personal readings, the wait time right now is about 3 to 4 full weeks, okay? I also mentioned my Instagram as well, just to all the other videos. So that's High Vibrations 44. If you guys ever need, you know, uplifting quotes, things like that, I always try to put good energies out. But the wait time, 3 to 4 weeks, okay? If you can wait that, beautiful. Just know that if anything changes, you know, because I know it is a long time to wait sometimes, but if anything changes in your reading or you need to update me and give me new information, you can always email me at any time, and I'll apply it to the reading when I do it. If you guys cannot wait that long, I do offer emergency readings and an option that's called the quick question option. So with those, you'll hear from me within 48 hours. Now, if you guys do want to speak to me over the phone or in Skype, you know, through Skype or anything like that, you have to get the hour reading or longer, just because I deal with a lot of people. And I find with the shorter readings, they always go over by a lot, and it actually really slows me down for the day. So I like to be very efficient. So over an hour if you guys want to speak to me directly. Otherwise, it's a recorded video that's sent to you. And I also am on an app called Instant Go for iPhone users. So you guys can download the app, and my direct link is in the description below. And you guys can just text me questions that you have. So just go right into the question, because it does charge you per characters. And I will send you a text response to that question, okay? The only other thing I wanted to clear up is that on my website, if you guys do book a reading, it will give you a calendar where you can select a day and a time. I do not go by that at all. The website platform that I use does not allow me to sell my services without that calendar. So please don't go by it. Just know that it's just to hold a spot. But if you get the standard reading, 3 to 4 full weeks, if you get the emergency reading or the quick question, you'll hear a response within 48 hours, excluding Sundays, okay? So please just keep that in mind, okay? I love you guys. I'm sending you a big virtual hug. If you guys need anything, I'm always here for you. Take care.